Hi, and welcome to another video in the French Cooking with Chef Brett Heath. I'm Chef Brett Heath, and today we're going to be making French-style onion hamburgers. And the few things you're going to need is you're going to need some onions, you're going to need the burgers, and of course you're going to need the buns. And then you can always add Gruyère cheese if you'd like to make it a cheeseburger. So very simple, but very flavorful. Alright, the first step in this burger is you may think that it'd be the meat, but actually we're going to do the onions. And the reason we're going to do the onions first is because they're going to take a long time to cook, and you want to put a little bit of oil in there and put them on low to medium heat. So we're going to go ahead and get these started. And that looks like a lot of onions just for 2 burgers, but some of those onions, they're going to shrink in size and everything, so it looks more than it actually is. Just kind of let those swirl around for a little bit, and then we'll wait for them to get a dark caramelized color. All right, while we're cooking, we can also add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter to get a little flavor on there. And then we're also going to add just a little bit of kosher salt. Don't want to do a whole lot, but just enough to where it'll coat a little bit of flavor. And then we're going to do some ground white pepper. Put that on there. All right, then we'll mix it up again because everything we have, we want it to have some good flavor. Alrighty, and once your onions are almost done, and this is what you're looking for. You're looking for that caramelized brown color. You don't want them burnt, but that's what we're looking for. And one of the key differences between an American style hamburger or a hamburger that they would serve in France is here in America, we like to have a Coke, be out by the grill and, do it that way. But in France, it's always cooked 9 times out of 10 in a pan. So we've got our hamburger patties that are seasoned with salt, ground pepper, and garlic. Regular pepper works too. I'm just going to go ahead and put those bad boys in there. And then you can just turn your onions on low heat. So that way they don't overcook, but they stay nice and warm. And as soon as those burgers are ready, we'll plate it. All right, so we'll throw a little butter, and as it's kind of melting, we'll take a spoon and we'll baste them just like that. If you can't see very well, you take a little bit of the butter that's melted and you throw it on. What we're doing here is adding a little bit of extra flavor. And you just keep doing like that. Now, you don't need a huge spoon to baste in, but it always helps because the more you get. So we'll baste for a minute, let some of that butter sink in, and then we're ready. We'll go ahead and flip them. All right, now that they're getting kind of ready, we'll go ahead and flip them. Let them cook on that bottom side for a little bit, and then we'll baste them again. All right, now that the burger's just about ready, traditionally a French burger will have Gruyère cheese on it. But they didn't have that at the store today, so we're going to do American. But at least you know how to make it the traditional way if you can find the Gruyère cheese. We'll go ahead and cheese that burger up a little bit, and then once it gets melted, we'll go ahead and toast our buns, and then we'll start plating. Alrighty, now, once your buns are almost done, you can always just clean up your pan a little bit, throw a little bit of butter in there, and that's how you'll get a nice toasty bun. That's what you're looking for. And then we're going to go ahead and just use paper plates because I don't feel like doing a whole lot more dishes. So we're going ahead and we'll start with the first one. Get a paper plate here. Top bun. Bottom bun. Then we're going to go ahead and throw our meat on there. Get you a good amount of onions because that is the traditional way to serve it, just without the American cheese. But like I said, we use Gruyère, or they use Gruyère in France. I just wasn't able to have that at the store today. All right, put that on there, and then that will be your final product. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, God bless, have a great day, And remember, the most important ingredients in cooking is love and passion.